What is up, entrepreneurs? Welcome back to Entree Woman TV with me, your host, Diana Gladney. So this is a test video that I'm doing to test StreamYard with the Elgato Cam Link, my Sony a6400, and my Samsung Q2U external microphone. A lot of you guys know that for a long time now, I've been talking about live streaming. My preferred method of doing that is using Ecamm Live, since I'm a Mac user. However, for those of you that are PC users looking to find a similar type of program that will work well for you, that's easy to use, simple user interface, and at pretty okay cost. A lot of people have been asking me about StreamYard. I've got this question a couple different times, and I wanted to address some of those and then share one of the tests. I've been testing StreamYard and even did some beta testing almost for it feels like almost like the past year or so. I would have to check and see if that it's been like 10 months or so at least, but somewhere thereabout. And so in my testing, I've tested the camera that's built into my computer. I have tested my Logitech C920, which is a very basic 1080p HD web camera. I've tested it with my Canon M50 and the virtual camera using Ecamm Live. So if I still want to have access to those features with that work, and as well as the Elgato Cam Link, and I've tested it with my Sony a6400 and the Elgato Cam Link, and I've done several of these tests over the span of let's just call it a year. So even before anything went kind of a little bit haywire, with, as we all know, what's the elephant in the room. So before then, I've done several tests with this software. So what's the biggest hangups? What are some of the challenges, and what are some of the things? As you can see, for the most part, you will be able to bring up other things. Like, this is still using the free version to test. I had a paid version as well, or have a paid version, but you'll get the watermark up there in the corner. And you'll be able to bring up banners as an example, so you can see what these are like. So if you're trying it out for free or something like that, then this is the same stuff that you would have access to. As well as for comments, you have comments that kind of come up in this same fashion. Now, whereas on Ecamm Live, I may be able to adjust and move those around, whereas like here, it's just kind of like going to be stuck there. And then you can also have where you could move your screens around a little bit, and then you have some limitations depending on if you are, if some limitations depending on if you're on the paid versus the free. Obviously, you need to be on the paid to really open up all of those different options or what have you. So when you look into that, you could do your own branding, which I, have my logo up there. The problem that I've always consistently had when it comes to using StreamYard specifically is the difference between the audio and the video sync, meaning that I'm speaking and saying one thing and then it's slightly off, or sometimes it would be very off when just doing regular talking. I don't have a ton of browsers open. I don't have any programs running in the background. And that was consistent with all of the other tests as well. Progressively open up more tabs if you're doing trainings and you're doing screen shares and things like that, versus if you're using, like if I was doing a tutorial for Final Cut Pro 10 and I wanted to share that, what that tutorial would be like. And, so obviously the program has to be running and it just would progressively get worse. I'm not sure what's wrong with the video servers per se, but at the same time, when you have a browser-based system and you have a browser-based interface, these are some of the things that you can run into. Another option is BeLive.tv, both of which I have recommended, but I rarely try to get somebody to go this route, but it is an option. And one of the biggest things that I can compliment StreamYard on specifically, as well as BeLive too, but they have made it extremely easy to bring on guests, so much so that it's like I'm even willing to deal with some of those limitations to go ahead and have that feature. Does Ecamm Live have that as well? Yes, it does. But at the same time, the only current way to do that is through Skype, which again, more systems, Skype is very process hungry. And even people that I found that have the best of the best latest, PC or Mac specs on their computer, it still has the same problems. And again, it's something I've been consistently looking into, and honestly just got tired of testing it because it just wind up being a problem all the time. So if you're wondering, especially as everybody is trying to live stream, as everybody is trying to get more familiar with that, the fact that we're doing, live streaming for our businesses, for our brands and things like that, and you see these options and you're weighing, what do you want? You want the feature. Again, like I said, just again, within the free, this is what you have access to. Within the paid, obviously that opens up, and I'll do another one where I show you what's all on the paid one, but this is specifically to show you what's on the free stuff. And so you'll get, where again, you get these banners that you can click up here. You'll be able to do different branding and things like that. So instead of the StreamYard logo, I could put my logo, which I still have some stuff saved in there, but you could change it so that your name or whatever thing that you want is a little bit like that versus that. And then again, like I said, comments and things like that, that you could bring up, this being an example of what that looks like, or bring those down or whatever the case is. So again, my biggest issue when it came to StreamYard is just even a slight delay between the audio and the video. Honestly, it just is off. It gets to be distracting. And I know a lot of people are to get multiple people online. This is an option. And that's the thing with me. It's like, it's an option. So if you need to do where you're bringing multiple people on, it may be all right. If you switch cameras and I just go to the computer, not the computer, but the camera that's just built into my laptop, my MacBook Pro, then it doesn't have the audio and video sync issues for whatever reason. If it's with that one, it doesn't matter. But as soon as I would introduce my Logitech C920 camera, web camera, which is the 1080p one, and this is not doing 4K live streaming either, with the camera and the Cam Link or at any other time. I tested 4K, but obviously if 1080p is a problem, then that's the thing. But if you're already starting at 720p, which is the highest resolution, video resolution that you can do within StreamYard, the more you begin to decrease that down as it begins to have drop frames, the more that you introduce where, it's like, again, it's already starting at not even the standard 1080p full HD, starting at 720p, you're consistently dropping lower and stuff like that. It can start to look a little wonky, and again, just kind of decreases that little bit of a professionalism there. But I don't want to be too long in this specific video. Again, this is just so that you can see what the test looks like for this kind of stuff. Hold on, let me do this in order. What's up, Dwayne? Good to see you from How to Build Credit TV. Amazing channel. If you guys have never checked out Dwayne's channel before, guy's a master when it comes to understanding credit, building credit, whether you need to start with secured cards or whether you're going to unsecured cards and which ones work better than others, and all kinds of things that he has available. So check out Dwayne for sure. You said the video is blurry. Is it blurry for anyone else? The thing is with this, I don't know when it comes to this. If I pull it up on my phone over here just to try to get a look at what the quality looks like. Again, that's the thing. It's like, I don't have anything running on this system on my computer. There's not any programs running in the background. And even I can see on my end, from what I see within StreamYard, it's not showing that. But at the same time, it's like, the highest resolution can only be 720p. I can't, even though my camera is outputting 1080p, 30 frames per second, I can't change that. Even though, like, I see like some kind of weird zebra-ish kind of effect almost on my glasses, kind of it getting a little blurry here or there. I don't know, unfortunately, there's not anything I could do to fix it. I have tried literally everything from, unless you're just solely using maybe the camera on your laptop, maybe a web camera. Again, you can get by with it, but at the same time, it just really sucks because honestly, if they fix some of these issues with it, it'd be a stellar service more than what it already is. So it's an option if you're wanting to live stream. Just understand the limitations that come back of it, and what goes into it and things like that. There's not been anything I've been able to find to get it to just, even if it was 720p, just to look nice the whole way through and not have it look blurry or crazy or anything. We got the super chat. Thanks, Dwayne. Appreciate it. Showing some love. Keep doing your thing. Thanks so much, Dwayne. I appreciate that so much. Always appreciate it. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on. Don't want to keep this video too long. Again, I've shared my thoughts on this. If you've been around the channel for any length of time, do I recommend it? At the end of the day, it's an option. So if you are going to be using the computer that's built, or the camera that's built into your laptop, you shouldn't have any problems. If you're using a USB microphone or whatever, audio is going to be fine. But if you're, not so much so concerned with the video quality, if you're like, well, this is doable for me, I can deal with that, I just need to get going, then do what you have to do to get going. However, if you are concerned with quality, if quality is very important to you or something like that, you are going to be looking at a different option like a vMix, like an Ecamm Live, or a Wirecast even, or something like that. What about Be Live TV, you may be asking? Very similar results, but I've had sometimes where the dependability is a little bit better with Be Live, but then the audio seems to fall through. But these are some of the challenges that kind of come with browser-based options versus an actual dedicated system that may be able to work a little bit better for you. So, but that's why I'm gonna leave it for this video. Also, if you're looking into Ecamm Live and you're wanting to know whether or not the standard or the pro account is what's going to work better for you, which one should you really invest in, then the video that you can check out, I'll be linking it up in the YouTube card up above. But with that, guys, a little bit of passion, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.